Hello everyone, my name is Michael Copon. I am a actor, singer, songwriter, producer from Virginia. It's been a blessing to me because it's so diverse. The 7 cities, what we call Hampton Roads, the freeway goes in a circle, and it's like literally you can go to each city. In 10 minutes you could be at the beach, 10 minutes you could be in the country with cows and chickens, and next 10 minutes later you're in a city, Norfolk. It's like you could be in every kind of culture in less than 10 minutes. Growing up, I was really only exposed to the Filipino culture on the weekends. I lived with my mom in Chesapeake and my dad lived in Virginia Beach where most of the Filipinos live. I wasn't really introduced to the culture as much until like a later age. My dad taught me the bad words. Dad, that's bad boy, bad, no, I was kidding. He taught me like the funny stuff, the bad stuff. Hello, goodbye, thank you. I love sinigang, I love pancit, siopaw, adobo. I love like everything pretty much. I grew up eating all the food. I was really chunky if you didn't know. My dad shoved a fish eyeball in my mouth when I was a kid and he told me it was candy. And I pulled it out of my mouth and I looked at it, it was staring at me. That was probably the most exotic Filipino dish, I would say. I didn't have balut. No, didn't have that. I had some bagoong. That was pretty good until I realized what it was. I'm proud to be Filipino because I think we're very, very passionate culture. We have a lot of pride about who we are, where we came from. It reminds me of like when you watched The Last Samurai, sticking to that culture. They didn't want to change to the modern ways. I do appreciate that a lot of the Filipino cultures of our generation still keep on a lot of traditions, you know, and I think that's really cool. Part of me being Filipino in this business, I really want to help brand the culture that we are. I mean, growing up in Virginia, I knew who the best dancers and singers were in the Filipino community because of all the fiestas and all the community parties that we had. Something was missing in terms of how we connected with the mainstream world. I kind of want to help brand that out. A lot of shows like America's Best Dance Crew and the entertainment business has allowed Filipinos to show their artistic talents to the world now. Growing up, we didn't do too much of that, and I wanted to kind of be one of the first people to kind of change that. Most of the roles I've actually booked start off Caucasian, and I've had to kind of change the hearts of the casting directors. It's been really tough to find roles that are actually Filipino because there's actually I've seen one. It was for Roll Bounce, the skating movie, and they're actually looking for a Filipino actor. Now, when I saw that, I thought I was gonna get it, but they actually booked Filipino in it. It wasn't me. Even if it is like an ethnic role, like Spanish or Asian, they usually have us typecast as like the computer geek or the pizza boy or something like that. It's been really tough to find actual roles for me in Hollywood. It's important for the people who are making it right now to promote the brand as well, that they're Filipino. If they do carry that pride on to the mainstream media, I think then that'll help brand us as a culture. Once that's branded, that'll help open the doors for a lot of other people because it could become the new trend. I definitely want to branch out and see what's going on in the Philippines. I've never been a part of a Filipino production like Showtime, and being a part of it was so cool. I mean, like, that show could do so well in America. I want to plan on kind of doing that, bringing a show like that here. Something with so much energy, the idea of the sample, and they get up and start dancing. It was just so alive, it was fun, it was such a great concept. Like, that's what happened with So You Think You Could Dance and American Idol. These are just based off London shows, and they brought it here to America. We could do the same with that, and that's kind of like how I want to be one of the pioneers. The mainstream movie world or music world, there is a certain look they're looking for, and you can't hate on it. You just got to fight with it. Come here, fight with us. We need more people. We need more parents. We need more. You know, the hardest thing about booking me for roles, like, it's hard to find a Filipino American or Filipino father for me and a mother because there's not many actors to play my parents in a movie. So that's a lot of times why they don't write the script based on Filipinos. If you took like a Zac Efron, you have like the Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt or George Clooney or someone that you could just book as a father. And for me, it's like you have the Lou Diamond Phillips. There's not many of us here, so we need more of you guys to be involved. Just for my fans in general, if you guys want to make it in this business, it's just persistence is everything. It's like you got to have faith, you got in yourself, and you got to definitely work hard. You have to work as hard as you can. Just have persistence and just never give up. You know, that's the only thing I can say is like, I work hard, I just don't ever give up. I want to get involved in music a lot. Music's more my passion. It's always been my passion. I've just focused so much on acting because it's what hit first and the ball was rolling. And I always said if the ball's rolling or if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I literally did that for about 9-10 years, and then I finally said, you know what, I gotta break that trend. Like, if I don't do this now, I'm never gonna do music. Gotta take the risk, and that's why I'm coming out now and saying, hey, I'm doing this music thing, and I'm producing, I'm writing in the studio, I'm mixing and mastering all my music. How important is it for us to brand ourselves? It's very important because if you look back in the 50s in the entertainment business, predominantly was Caucasian. Very few even ethnic actors and singers were involved. Like in the Rat Pack, you got Sammy Davis Jr. and you got all these people coming up slowly, and then as the years progressed, a lot of things have changed now. You got like the Tyler Perrys of the world who are creating these movies, and they created their own huge production companies that are like mini Viacoms, Paramounts. African Americans are driving like Range Rovers, they're running companies, and they're showing such a different light, where I think Hollywood showed us before, and that's our job to kind of brand that. Even as amongst Filipinos, we need to come out, produce our own films, but make it classy. Show that there are Filipinos, that we're not just pizza boys or computer geniuses in a movie. We're actually running a company. One of my goals is to make a normal film just of a Filipino family, but not have it be some culture thing. A Filipino man married to an American mother. We did that in boy band. We had Ming Na play my mom, Kurt Fuller played my dad. We didn't touch base on any cultural thing. You know, she's Chinese. It was really hard to find a Filipino name to play my mom. Ming Na, who was amazing. We didn't touch on any cultural branch. She's Asian, he's American. They have a mixed child, and they lived in the house and lived a normal life. No one did martial arts. Ming Na didn't come out there and start fighting anyone. There was no stereotypes. It was just a normal life. There's another movie I'm working on, Forgotten Innocence. It's based on a Filipino family, a Filipino mom and a father with the Filipino children, but everyone else in the film will be other ethnicities. So we're telling the story of this culture, of this family. Just like in everyday life, we're all living amongst each other. My mom fed me a lot of food growing up, so I was pretty chunky. But I worked out and played football, so that kind of got me in shape. I understood the elements of being healthy. I try to be as healthy as I can now. I promote healthy living because I've had a lot of people in my life have had heart attacks, and I just encourage people to stay healthy and work out and take care of yourself so we can all live happily ever after. I grew up watching a lot of mafia movies like Goodfellas, Scarface, all the Godfathers. I love mafia films growing up. It was one of the things that me and my dad connected to, that and football. So I think that's why I liked it so much, because I wanted to connect with my father. So I watched the films that he liked, and I ended up loving them as well. And I realized just how important it is to find the right friendships with people and investing in them as a friend. Because if you do for them, they'll always do for you. My principal, Mr. Hardy, I would look out for him any way I could. His grandchildren were such fans of me that they wanted me to come to their birthday party. And they're fans of me as a football player on my high school team. So I go, spend time with the kids. Anything he wanted, I did for him. And when it came to actually my senior year, when I had an opportunity to go to LA, he let me leave early. I made great grades before that. He let me leave without having to finish up the rest of my 7 months of my semester. And I still was able to graduate. He's a great guy. Invest in your friendships. My dad wanted me to play football, point blank. Coming out here to model was not something that he thought was cool. When Zoolander came out, I thought it was really funny. When I watched Ben Stiller was like, you know, I'm a merman, Dad. And his dad wasn't proud of him being in the modeling world. I kind of laughed at that on a personal level because I was turning down football scholarships to come model. My dad thought I was literally crazy in my mind. But it turned out to be something more artistic for me because I've always been an artistic person, and it opened up the doors for me. I actually draw and paint. That's a hidden secret that people don't know. I've done portraits of people since I was about 11. I won every art contest in school, but it was like the hidden secret that I wasn't allowed to talk about because my dad only wanted me to talk about football. He wasn't really happy, but once I got on Power Rangers, it changed his life. Once I actually booked the show, I was like, okay, now I see why my son's out there. It was a different relationship then. I know your parents are strict, and they're probably telling you to go to college or be a doctor or a nurse or something that's in that medical field or something that has more of an insurance. Do what you feel is going to make you happy. I always tell everyone that I would do this business if I didn't get paid $1. Was it easy in the beginning? No. First 2-3 years, it was hard. I'm living in my trucks in the worst situation possible you could think of, but it pays off. You know, it always does in the end. You got to take that risk. I'm reaching out to you, so I'm asking you to reach back if you can. Open the line. Open the